Yeah, you know what the end game is, guys? The Arkans, the Chameleons, the Nephilim taking over the planet and ruling with the Antichrist. Global dominance, and that's what they're coming for. And that is what they're waiting for. This man of sin in the wing. Do you guys realize that song came out in 2009? It was written by Dave Mustaine by Megadeth. The album was called Endgame, if you recall. It had songs like Bite the Hand on it. And when you listen to those last two albums, 2009 and 2011 album, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Like, he knew. Look at his album from 2002 where it shows the dude who's an REM, supposedly. It's supposed to be someone who was sacrificed through a ritual. Gross. Fair use. Metallica just recently made an album, and the lyrics were pretty crazy. Kind of some of the stuff that James and the band wrote about kind of took you back to the first self-titled album, Kill 'Em All. And you think about the Four Horsemen, it had a lot of that vibe to it. The song that really got me was If Darkness Had a Sun, and it makes me think about the coming Antichrist. Like they know. He says, and it was referring to all of Satan's children who are walking in darkness right now. Now, I don't know if this was James necessarily writing about himself or if he was writing about others, but he did say in the interview, he said he was just writing about random things. So, I don't know if this was him getting political, man, but this album just kind of, it takes me back to Death Magnetic and the Black Album and Injustice for All for me, because it makes me think of, like, they were very serious in this album. And they didn't mess around, especially because of what happened with James Hetfield during the COVID pandemic. Complete scam. A lot of people died. A lot of people lost their families, including celebrities. It was selfish and disgusting. The whole Hollywood business is just filth anyways. But I think that there are some band members inside of Hollywood that are trying to expose the truth and the lies inside of Hollywood. Everything that was behind the scenes in Hollywood is now being taken place out in the public. See, when I was a kid, man, I used to look at the world so differently. But now it's just a complete and utter lie. And you kind of get that point when you read the Bible and then Satan attacks you and you come back to your flesh. Because, to be honest, I was never really saved to begin with. So let's be real about that. If you guys have read the epistles of John, you would know what it says. I'm not going to be labeled a lukewarm, bro. No way. Sad. It's difficult. It's like I've been cut off. He can still come to me and talk to me, but I can't talk to him in prayer. See, if you guys read Isaiah chapter 59 and Isaiah chapter 1, he explains it. Jesus explains it in John 9:31 as well. So my point being, guys, is that stop listening to what the fucking false churches are telling you. I've had so many non-denomination churches tell me that I can't do it on my own because Satan will attack me. He attacks you everywhere, bro. The enemy attacks you everywhere. He's not omnipresent, but he has enemies that will attack you. Got attacked inside the church. It's funny because this is in the same area where I'm hurting right now. Go fucking figure. Yeah, so I have some issues with me that I have to go get addressed today, so it hasn't been easy. And speaking of which, I wanted to do this video about the FEMA camps, and the enemy had almost blocked that out of my mind for a minute, so I couldn't remember. I had to really dig deep. The FEMA camps, fair use on this. This is going to be difficult to talk about. I know a lot of people think that this is a conspiracy theory, and it was. I was too. I knew it was back then. It's not anymore, man. They're literally shutting down Walmarts and turning them into FEMA camps. There's literally holding cells, cameras. They have armored vehicles there. Dude, I had a dream about this, guys, in 2020 of November. And in the dream, I was in my house, and I came upstairs, and this person comes in who's from the World Health Organization. It's fair use. And they come in and threaten me and tell me I need to be vaccinated, or I'm going to have to be a citizen, or I'm going to be detained. And I was like, what the fuck? So I ran out the door. And as I was running out the door, I ran down the street. I saw all these convoys, Humvees, and like these those off-road squad vehicles, if you know what I'm talking about, the big armored vehicles. Yeah, they were rolling down, and some of them have been seen at the WalMarts, the ones I'm talking about, and as well as Australia and in other countries that are becoming communist. So like Canada, fair use, and AI is going to be behind a lot of this. And that song was literally talking about the FEMA camps and them forcing the chip or the REIDF chip on it, like in Sweden. Dave was warning us, guys, in that music. He was warning us because he is a born again believer and he does believe in Jesus Christ. And I know this because when I tried to watch one of his videos, I got attacked bad. He sends numerotic messages through his music, and I've been able to, and same with Metallica, and a lot of it is fast forwarding the things that are not good, man, into prophecy, and Jesus said it was going to get worse. He did. I'm not a false teacher. I'm just somebody who is reporting what I've been told. I can't teach the Bible and tell people to repent because that would be wicked of me, because I am myself wicked. So do pray for me, though. If you guys listen to the lyrics of that song, he says the ex-president signed a secret bill that can land a legal U.S. citizen in jail. You notice he said illegal U.S. citizen? Do you guys realize in certain countries or in certain states right now in America, it's actually illegal to preach the gospel? The whole citizens will actually call the police on you and have the police arrest you, and it's unconstitutional. It's communist or socialist. Guess what? The same thing had happened in the Old Testament with Jesus. Remember the Pharisees? Every time he went to go preach the gospel, they were there to try to shut him down, and they were looking for reasons to arrest him. Citizens are doing the same thing in the cops. It's the same thing today. Nothing's changed. Do you really think they were going to change? Did you guys really think sinners were going to change after Jesus died? Bro, I don't know what type of weed y'all smoking, but you better go back and read John. Because Jesus made it very clear and said that this stuff was... Remember what he said, guys. Including me. I know this, and it scared the crap out of me, and I knew it. He was warning me, and I didn't listen. He said in John 6, chapter 66, he said, my disciples will walk with me, but then they will walk no more with me. Do you understand what that means? He had people that followed him, but then he had people that didn't follow him because they disagreed with what he said because he spoke the truth. This lovey-dovey Jesus. How many times did Jesus speak about love? People will say a dozen. You haven't read the Bible, homies. It's only one time, John 3:16. Every verse after that or before that is, don't condemn people. Bro, Jesus said he came into the world that we may receive him as the light, but we chose our darkness instead. We're stupid. We gave up. We're fucking dumb, dude. Seriously. We're listening to Satan, all of us. I'm talking about myself here, man. I know you guys are probably going to be like, yeah, fuck you too, but you know, he's right at the same time. Yeah, fuck me, I know. I say the same thing to myself. I hate my flesh. I hate myself. I hate myself just as much as you guys probably hate me. The difference is there's something wrong with me. I can't hate you back. As much as I want to, I can't. He's still here, man. Even though I don't see him and I hear him, but I can't talk to him, dude. That's the difference. It's the worst fucking feeling in the world, man. It's horrible, dude. It's like part of me is in hell right now. I can't describe to you how dead inside I feel, dude, through sin. It's horrid. It's disgusting. You guys didn't know that? Yeah, part of you burns in hell before you actually die in your sin. Did you know that? And then you actually get thrown through judgment into outer darkness. The flames are so pitch black dark, dude, it feels like stabbing needles in your skin, supposedly, from what people have described from biblically, but I don't know if that's true. I'm not going to believe everything I fucking hear. But I've done a lot of things I'm not proud of, and Jesus said if anyone causes these little ones to stumble, it would be better for them to have a millstone around their neck. And think about that. It means that it would be better for you to kill yourself than to end up with, because he said he will increase your torments. No. Yeah. Well, at the same time, I agree. I deserve it. I really do. We all deserve it, bro. We all deserve it. But Jesus died on the cross so that we can be set free from these things. That's my point. But here's the difference, guys. Come to the side of darkness so that you have hope, bro. And I'm not saying to be deceived. I'm not saying to go to Satan. I'm not saying to go to hell. I'm saying you can't stay, bro. You can't say that you're going to follow Jesus, man, but then willfully sin against him every day, even though he died on the cross. Yes, we were forgiven, but not to stay in sin. Jesus said to go and sin no more. So if you're going to be saying that you're a Christian, but you're sinning against him every day, I'm going to call you a fucking idiot, dude, because you're not fooling Jesus, and you need to come to this side and stop deceiving yourself. You're either going to choose Jesus Christ or you're going to choose this side. Stop screwing around. I've already made the same mistake you guys have made. I was lukewarm just like that. Trying to go to church, acting like I knew the Bible, acting like I was hearing from the Holy Spirit, watching porn, dude. Meanwhile, that's a freaking spirit. That's a spirit that bonds you together, and then you have sex with other women. No, dude. No, you're fooling yourselves. I'm sorry. If you think, or coming drunk to church or high to church, bro, it's around other believers who are in Christ, who see that, and they see the world, but they feel sorry for you. That's why they can't relate. I could say it to you. You're a fucking idiot. You're not fooling me, and you're not fooling anybody else. You know what? Our believers, we as unbelievers are exposed to. You know what we do? We expose the falseness in believers, so-called believers who are not born again but say they're born again, and it shows by their fruits because of how they act. Real born again believers will love you, and they will not react to the way you act negatively towards them. Remember, turn the chi, love your enemies, pray for those. They will do that. Unborn again believers who say that, who are lukewarm, will snap at you, and then they'll call you a hypocrite and spout all sorts of hate. They'll just show the worldliness, the carnality. I see it in these churches all the time. Oh, you're deceived. You're a liar if you claim to be without sin. When I was actually, but he was right. At the same time, I agree with Andrew. I believe that Satan was using Andrew to expose that I really wasn't saved yet because I kept going back to my flesh. And I was so stupid I didn't see this. So if you all know Andrew Jansen, he lives in Milwaukee. If you guys could tell I'm sorry. I apologize. Because he was right and I was being a dick. And sometimes maybe people need to. Sometimes God uses people to expose the weakness in you when you claim it. See, I was a lukewarm Christian and they were trying to expose that. They were telling me I wasn't right. When they're telling you go back to your flesh, bro, it's either they're wanting you to go back to your flesh or they know you're going to go back to your flesh because you've done it before. So you lukewarm Christians, you ain't fooling anybody. If you think you guys are going to church and going to all these events, I'm not saying everybody, okay? I'm not bashing all church believers. Not everybody is like that. Not everybody is... See, Jesus said that, and I shouldn't be quoting the scriptures, but this is to believers. But I'm an unbeliever and I know the sin. So if you're walking in the same sins as us and the demons believe in it and they believe in Jesus and they try to get you to stumble and you guys are stumbling, but yet you're saying you're in Christ, and Christ said in him there's no sin, but yet you're saying you're a sinner, you're calling Christ a liar and you yourself are the liar. Christ isn't the liar. God ain't the author of confusion. So stop mixing up and stop blaming the devil. You guys make your own decisions. We all have an age of accountability, you know? I'm just saying, I'm not pointing fingers here. I'm just leveling out the field here. I feel bad, man. Just everything that's going on, it just hurts. Just watching people, I've never seen people so divided. I'm not even here to bash LGBTQ, man. I know they want this respect and they want to be seen, probably because they were pushed around and pushed out their whole life, so they felt outcasted, and I understand what that feels like. Oh hell yeah. Now you want to change because you want to try to be set free. You know, you think that's how I know what that feels like, dude. You don't think I get those feelings, guys? Oh, all the time. There's not a time, and it's sick. And it's thoughts that I have to ignore, bro, but it is a temptation, and it's due to lust. If you guys have watched or been exposed to porn in your past, that can lead to gay sex or anything like that, because you're watching somebody else or you're seeing it, you gotta, like, block that out. That's the point. It's disgusting. And Satan is working overtime right now to make sure that false believers, or even so-called believers, or even the elect, to get deceived, to be pulled into lukewarmness, or even to unbelief. Many antichrist spirits, remember, I'm not proud. I need a deliverance. I need help. But I'm not going to sit there and jerk Jesus around and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to follow you, and be like the man who sits there and said, I'm going to go say goodbye to my family. I do believe he said you're not fit for the kingdom of God. So I'm not fit. You know what? I'm not going to even justify myself, okay? At least I can sit there and say I'm in sin and not right with God. I know I'm not saved. That's the first truth. That's what God wants to see, is you honest and humble. And I hate that I'm not. I hate it. To know that I was deceived my whole fucking life by Satan. It does not feel good. Knew it. Even when I went to church, I just knew there's something wrong with me, dude. See, you guys gotta understand the pharmaceutical companies' fair use on this. I was about 5 years old, man. I went to kindergarten and I passed all the way up until third grade, but they gave me this shot. I don't know what was in it, but I was really intelligent for a while. I was passing all classes, and all of a sudden I just started having these problems. And they dumb me down. They dumb people down. The government's been doing this since day one. Chemtrails, whatever you want to say, fair use here. Doctrine, 1976 Act, First Amendment. Don't even fucking try it, AI. But I know they won't. You know why Satan won't take this off? Because he enjoys it too much. He loves laughing at us. Think about it. Every time we make a video to try to fit in, or to put ourselves up to feel wanted, you don't feel like somebody is just, come on guys, I can't be the only one. You don't feel like something is just laughing at you, like you're being watched. You may not be able to see it, dude, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's not there. If you guys believe in aliens, then man, you should just be like, oh my gosh, you're right, it's real. I believe in aliens too, but not like you think. Oh, these aliens you guys are thinking of, the break government's got you, man. These aliens are reptilian lizards like Godzilla. They were around during Genesis 6 when the fallen angels had sex with different animals. Yep. Where do you think Sodom and Gomorrah got it from? 2 Peter chapter 2 and Jude says they went after strange flesh, man. It's disgusting. So you have all this corruption and evil that is, and all these higher forces that are running our government and world. They've always been, though, man. That's the thing. I don't know why everybody's so surprised now. Why is this such a surprise, man? The first time I had a visit from a reptilian when I was a kid, I was about 5. I knew what he looked like because I could see it in his eyes. I knew something wasn't right. I've known for years, man, that we're not alone. And they've been trying to kill us off. It's been a war. This New World Order thing, they're just bringing this out, but it's always been around, guys. It's been there the whole time. Satan's just laying it out on the platform for prophecy so Jesus Christ can return soon. You guys ever watch that movie, The Lion King, man? Holy shit, man. That movie was scary accurate. I'm gonna name some weird ass things, and I wanna see if you guys can catch on to this, and it's gonna kind of make you laugh. So when I watched The Lion King I've watched it enough times to memorize it. The first part starts out with Scar, right? Kind of looking like Satan, like a black version of the lion, like a scar. Kind of, why is it near his eye? Isn't that funny? Because in the book of Revelation 13, it says he takes a mortal wound near his eye, and Zechariah, it says the same thing. So I thought to myself, I was like, this dude's a deceiver, and he was. He wanted to be king. He lied to Simba, killed his dad, thought Simba was dead. That can symbolize Satan crucifying Jesus on the cross and thinking Jesus had died and he won, but Jesus rose again. Simba returns, comes back, defeats Scar. That's supposed to symbolize Jesus' second coming back and defeating Satan as the Antichrist. That's scary. You know what the fucking scariest part of that whole movie was? Is when Scar goes, stick with me and you'll never go hungry again. Remember the guys? Guys, come on, I know you guys are not fucking stupid. You remember the scene, and don't make me say it. Please don't make me fucking say it. The Nazi scene where the hyenas march down the fucking thing. What were they singing? Is the king sick? No, we're gonna kill him, fool. Simba too. Guys, here's the scariest fucking reference about that movie. When he said we're gonna kill him, he meant God. They're gonna go to an intergalactic war with God. It wasn't those voices that were speaking, those were demons. We're gonna kill him, fool, and Simba too. Simba is supposed to symbolize the Lion of Judah, Jesus Christ, okay? Because demons hate Jesus Christ, okay? And then the demons are also describing the king. Or the king. What is he, sick? The king is supposed to be God, okay? You will know that I am the Lord. King is another word for Lord or king. Yeah, kingdoms. You see what I'm saying? God. So these movies are satanic as hell, man. If you look at the Disney symbol, it's 666 on it. So you flip it upside down, and even in the World Economic Forum, you can see it's a symbol on there too. Guys, it's everywhere, man. The trident. Hollywood is predictive programming. This whole thing is like freaking Matrix, dude. Spiritual Matrix. But it's not like the people, the New Age, how they say it. No, I'm not talking about that shit. I'm saying the Matrix that goes through this realm, that God can see everything. Third heaven, second heaven, and first heaven. God can see everything in the unseen realm. He can see the angels. He can see far of time in the dimension, far into time, and then back in time. So people to sit there and say there's multiverses, it's bullshit. So yeah, the FEMA camp thing, guys, we're going to get into that. I'm going to finish talking about that with Dave's video. I'm going to first get into the lyrics and show you that because it's kind of disturbing. I'll be right back. Okay, this is going to get real interesting. I hope you guys all are ready when you see this. I'm going to fair use this. But yeah, this is kind of dark. And I don't mean my room either. Jeez, this is not going to be easy. Some of these lyrics are really disturbing. I'll start with Millennium of the Blind, okay? We'll start with We the People. These are all songs from the 13 album and the Endgame album, okay? Now, what you guys, seriously, the problem is with metal is people get so much into the guitar, they do not pay attention to the lyrics. And when you guys didn't listen to the lyrics, you fucked up, because if you missed it, you're gonna fucking crash. I'm not talking about me, or it's not a threat. I'm talking about China over there. Do you see them? They're not fucking around, dude. Taking over Africa, South America. Fair use. I think we need to start waking the fuck up here, man. This shit is real, dude. You know those FEMA camps? You know that China had those, right? Fair use. Oh, yeah. They ever sent... Oh, man. Guys, when I was walking across the railroad, I could see the trains hauling the convoys with tanks. Convoys, Humvees, you know, the dispatching trucks that carry the soldiers. And they all had the UN symbol on them. Some of them they can even turn into UN vehicles, but they're not going to do that. And I think the National Guard is working with them too, because I go by there every time and it's so quiet over there. It's so fucking weird. It's like, what are they up to? You know? It's like, seriously, what's really fucking going on? What are they not telling us? They won't tell us shit. That's the thing. Not until it's too late. Listen to this. Secret bureaucracy, it's just a lie. The devil's henchman in suit and tie, a sacred brother in ancient rite. Politicians and the devil lives they hide. So this. Sorry. This is from 2011, and I laugh because this is so accurate, it's so bad, it's so true. Violate your rights, no more equality, surrender freedom. Oh, our freedoms are definitely slowly being taken away. And your social security, we the people face unconstitutional lies, and greed we trust, and revolution we die. It's kind of disturbing, bro, because all of this kind of goes in order, and I'll show you how it does, because this is like Matthew 24 right now, the church age status. And I'll show you, okay? Because Matthew 24, 6 and 7 talks about famines and pestilences at various places, right? And it talks... oh, shit. And it talks about wars and rumors of wars. Listen to this. You could tell he read the Bible, bro. It's pretty obvious. Listen. Our founding fathers are rolling in their graves. This is talking about taking down the U.S. Our founding fathers are rolling in their graves. The land of liberty needs a regime change. I've heard that of people's mouths already who are communist in this country. Until you no longer know right from wrong, you don't know what's evil and what's good anymore. Nobody can define the genders anymore. The Constitution isn't worth the paper it's written on. I just actually read that without even looking at it. Violate your rights, no more equality, surrender freedom, your social security, we the people face. It just keeps going, and then he goes, and it gets creepy. He goes, screams from the future, war and calamity, the common plagues of the new disease. What new disease did we face worldwide just recently, guys? COVID. You realize the first phase of that was just to get people vaccinated and prove that they can get a card, just so that they get conditioned. So it's to show who's the sheep and who's willing to fight. But people are giving up their rights and giving away their guns. They're just walking in. They're so fucking stupid, man. You all fucking blind, bro. Drinking Satan's Kool-Aid. Fucking believing the media and everything the government says. Since when the fuck have we ever done that? Why can't we ever think for ourselves anymore? Are we this fucking retarded? Seriously. I mean, Dave's right, dude. We're fucking stupid. We are. I'm not gonna deny it. We're fucking stupid as fuck. We are dumb as human beings. We have been dumbed down as a society because of the shit the government has put in to poison us. And millions of us have died, and people just look at it like it's not a big deal. You're fucking stupid. Wake the fuck up. Until it's you, and then you're gonna be saying that when you're fucking burning in hell if you're not right with God. Wake the fuck up and get real. This ain't a fucking joke in a game anymore, man. I'm talking to everyone here. It's that bad that I have to cover up my fucking face because people get so offended they want to fucking kill me. We're in those days, guys. Many will be offended and hate and betray and kill one another. Remember? Still the church age. That's Matthew 24, verse 12. The church age ends at 14, okay? When you go towards the middle, the abomination that causes desolation, that's the beginning of the tribulation, going all the way into the 7-year period. Jesus didn't talk about the trumpets, nor did he talk about the bowls. That was saved till later. And the rapture was discussed in Luke 21, but Paul verified it in the letters to the Thessalonians, okay? Because they were into this paganism and all this sexual deity crap. It's disgusting. And sadly, what we see today with Revelation 3 is we see these asleep-ass churches going for wokeism. Like, you guys are just fucking dead in the head, man. You've lost. Like, God is giving you up. You're no stupider than I am. I'm serious. And that's why I'm saying this, because I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it's because it's true. And you can go ahead and insult me too, because I'll agree. We're all dumb. But I think it's time for us to wise up and come together and start getting ideas to survive this, man. We got to start coming up and we got to learn to tolerate each other, man. We got to try to do something, because this is going to get worse. And there's going to be a civil war, and a lot of people are going to die, bro, and I can't take it. It's going to be really bad. Really, really bad. I see it on people's faces every day, dude. It makes me want to cry. People are scared. They don't know what to do. They want us to fight each other until they can, so when they divide and conquer us, they can just dominate us. Don't you get it? This is how they did it in the old days. And they're slowly trying to destroy women's rights by using the LGBTQ agenda. Get men to mock women so that they can get their rights. See, I watched a man punch a dude in the face and then act like a woman when he got assaulted. What the fuck is that shit, bro? That's called Satan imitating, bro. What's God created and trying to destroy it. Fuck you. It's all good, though, because you're never going to change it. You'll always be a guy, just like you'll always be a girl, so cry about it. Not to be mean, bro, but it's true. I know, bro. I tried to... Dude, I technically am transsexual in a way, man, because I can't talk about it, man. It's not appropriate, but it's a birth defect that I have. But people want to take it all out of control and say, oh, I need to become this. No, you don't. Just because somebody tells you shit doesn't mean you need to fucking believe it. And then you go and regret it, and then you want to kill yourself because things don't work out. Come on, guys. Please go get help. If it gets to the point where you're like, I'm going to lose it, I don't know what to do. If you get confused to the point where you start getting suicidal when you're like that, just go get mental help. Seriously. I'm telling you, go get mental help. Just go straight to the doctors and say, I'm not well, I need help. Be like, I'm thinking about harming myself. I've seen it, dude. I've watched people when they don't, especially the people with the pronouns. That's the part that scares me the most. When you get the pronouns wrong, they talk about how they want to kill you or kill themselves. What the fuck is that, bro? It's just like the days of Noah, man. You know, there was even rumors that Noah was even beat up during those days? Yeah, I believe it. Come on, man. Why not? If the preachers today get assaulted and jumped, you don't think oh my word. We're not even, you know what? We're not even going to get into that. No. Nope. Okay. I could make this video 3 hours long. I ain't even joking. So he says, screams from the future, war and calamity. So that's wars and rumors of wars, and screams from the future. You know what that makes me freak out from? It makes me think of the riots that, like, because we've been having rioting even before the pandemic broke out, okay? Then he says, the common plagues of the new disease. So common plagues will be like COVID or this new fungal virus that came out. The Illuminati. So he says, the common plagues of the new disease, the Illuminati, one world currency, one world religion, one world everything. Don't censor this. I'm not the one that said this. Go talk to Dave Mustaine about it. Fair use. You guys won't even let him play it live anyways. No, since when, seriously guys, since when has Megadeth ever played any live songs off their 13 album? Go talk to Dave Mustaine about it. I want to know why that is. Why will he not play those songs live? What is up with that? He won't play Endgame live either. It's starting to freak me out, dude. It's almost like they have control. Like, nope, you can't play those songs. Sorry. You can play these songs and these songs, but you can't play that. I hope it's not true. I hope he deems me a fucking liar and calls me an idiot, because I would rather take that and say, okay, I was wrong. Violate your rights, no more equality, surrender freedom, your social security, we the people face unconstitutional lies. Okay, so this is that song. So the next song that was really disturbing was Gears of War. See, there's so many songs, dude. I can go on, but I'll just do this one. And you guys are gonna be like, "What? I didn't know that." This one really got me because when I heard this song, I was like, "No way." I was like, "This is from 2007, okay?" This song, man. It starts out like saying like Gears of War like 9 times, and then it says ethnic cleansing with no defect with no defending these acts of genocide. So it's talking about people using genocide to kill people off for population control. A vital ending with the surrendering to cover up the crimes and lie. And then he goes, the smart bombs, precision guided ornaments, a more sophisticated way to end up dead. Still, we search and invent such intelligent weapons that kill each other like the gears of war. Yeah. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. When they ride the thrives, then they die with the thrives. Cross my heart and hope to die. When the smoke has cleared, the devil's in the mirror, and you see his warheads paint the sky. Which warheads is he talking about, guys? Russia's. The devil's warheads? The ones that. I think Russia has the ones that say Satan on it, but then again, if you look at. If you look at Iran's, it's got Satan's on it too. Look at the moon on there. That's a fallen angel, man. Yeah, dude, he knows. This is disturbing. And it says, so he keeps going and he says, smart bombs, precision guided ornaments. Do they have this stuff? But it's even more sophisticated, even more now. Okay, so here's the other one. This was very disturbing. This one was called New World Order. He didn't write this song, but he covered it. That's the difference. This is how it went. Where have the apostles gone? Joining hands with wicked one. Revelation has come to pass. New world order will hold the mass. A book written by the man used to control and command. All rights will be denied. Without the mark you shall die. So he says, no confession, all is known, all is known. New world order, you shall be shown, you shall be shown. Fair use. New world order, you shall be shown. And then he goes, monitoring all wages. Oh shit! What? I didn't know that's what it actually said. Oh fuck. Oh. I didn't know that's what it actually said. It said monitoring all wages. Don't they want to control our money and monitor everything that we do with transactions? They're already doing it, dude. They can't. These cashless payments. Predictive programming, man. He says, oh, they're trying to block it out with a Verizon ad. That's funny. It's clever. He would do that. He says, monitoring all wages, New World Order comes in stages. I would think so. Currency is obsolete. Feel the agony of defeat. A simple society today. I must have or you shall pay. As humans, flesh leads the mind. Just a pawn, the last martyrs die. This is fucked. It's so true. It reminds me of John Carpenter's They Live. I'm just trying not to piss myself right now because he's so damn fucking accurate. A symbol of society today, a must have and you shall pay. As humans, we always need to consume. It's never enough. Flesh leads the mind, pornography. Just a pawn, the last martyrs die. Those who are real in Christ is what he's saying. No confession, all is known. New world order, you shall be shown. Yeah. There was other ones. I'm trying to find it. Give me a second. Now I'm going to show you this one. This is the most accurate one, I think. I'm going to do the Millennium of the Blind real quick. I just had to share these songs. I was like, I couldn't keep this shut. Line up all of you, turn in your eyes, you just don't need them anymore. And your mind is ours to do with what we please. Oh, is that so true today, man? Look at how people are brainwashed. This is so fucked off. Everything you own and everything you need. Wait a second. Didn't the WEF say something like you'll own nothing and be happy? I wonder. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Sounds like Revelation 13 to me. You're going to get nothing and like it. So he goes and he's like, as your mind is ours to do with what we need, everything you own and everything you need. So he's like, give up your eyes. Why does it say give up your eyes? You just don't need them anymore because you're blind. Put on the blindfold. Just shut the fuck up and do what you're told. It's pretty much what they're saying. You fucking stupid sheep. Sacrifice you leaders, like it or not, or else you're going down with the death on the rocks. They're basically saying, I'm God. You guys are going to kneel to us or you're going to die. Pretty much what they're saying. Then they give their authority to the Antichrist, and then he says it even worse. Here we go. Blind follow, blind lead, all your hopes and dreams washed out to sea. Here's, hey, you guys remember the Silicon Valley thing, right? And the Bankman thing? Check this out. All your money is ours, bankroll corrupt wars. You can't see what you're fighting for. No, we can't. We're so fucking divided. Trust your leaders as they send you out to die. The true face of evil can't be seen without eyes. John Carpenter's They Live, remember? That's the whole point and purpose of this. Sacrifice your leaders, like it or not, or else you're going down with death on the rocks. And then he goes, bridge. This is kind of creepy because this makes me think of the four Gospels going into Revelation. At the starting time, many centuries ago, came the spawning of Christ. That's Jesus Christ. Okay, so you know which verses he's quoting? Let me show you this. This is freaking crazy. I can show you which verses he's quoting, dude. I'm not joking here. Because I know exactly where he's quoting from. And people look at you like, who cares, dude? That's kind of insulting, bro. You're kind of like saying the same thing to Dave there, man. Who cares, Dave? Nobody cares about your lyrics. Oh, then why are you listening to them? Fucking stupid people nowadays, bro. Sorry, I'm not saying I'm above anybody. I'm just saying I'm sick and tired of the lack of common sense. It's not that hard for people to pull their head out of their ass. They just need to do it. Okay, so this is Daniel chapter 9 that he's reading from, okay, that he put in here, and because he just said the spawning of Christ, and then he says the Antichrist afterwards. I'll show you where he's actually quoting from. I'm not joking, guys. This is scary. This is beyond scary. Dude, this guy is from Hollywood, man. He is reading this, and you should do the same. I encourage it. I still do it. It may not be right, but it doesn't. God never said in the Bible that we can't read it. So here we go. This is where he is getting it from. You know, therefore, and understand that from going forth the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks. Okay, 62 weeks, and then shall be built again into the wall in the tremulous times. And after 62 weeks. So the first part where he talks about in Daniel 9:25, that's referring to after the Jews left Babylon to go back home during the book of Ezra, going into Nehemiah. Okay, so you can look for it in there. If you have any questions, I'm not here to teach. I'm just trying to encourage you guys. This is what I've learned. Do your own research. And then he goes and he says 62 weeks, which means and the street shall be built again, and the wall in evil and troublous times. So this is 400. So from 487 years from the time of the building of the temple in Daniel chapter 9 to the time of Christ going down to the Mountain of Olives, going into the temple, all the way to the destruction of the temple, going into the church age, into the destruction of the temple and Revelation. Look what he says. The Messiah, the Prince, shall be cut off 60. We know this is referring to Rome, okay? Shall be built again, troublous times, and 60 weeks the Messiah shall be cut off, but he himself and the people and the Prince shall come and destroy the city. This is talking about Rome. And the flood shall be thereof, and war and desolation determine. So that's even after. See, here's where this gets weird, okay? So I want you guys to pay attention to the section right here, okay? Because Dave makes it very clear in the specifics part right here where he says, and the end thereof shall be with a flood, okay? And until the end, wars and desolations determined. It means continued. It means all the wars we've from the time of Christ dying on the cross and rising from on the third day all the way up until now, guys. I'm serious. So if this part right here is referring to that in Matthew 24, then how close are we to the so-called rapture that Jesus is bringing? How close is it until that Antichrist comes on the scene? And he's not going to sign it in Jerusalem. It doesn't even say that. It says he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week, anyone. It will be the Jews, the Arabs, the Sunnis and the Shiites, and of course the Catholics, Romans. And he says, many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause a sacrifice in the middle of the tribulation of the 70th week for obligation to cease. Now I'm going to go back to where that actually goes from. So he said, at the spawning time listen, at the start of time, many centuries ago, came the spawning of Christ. Jerusalem, the Messiah, the Prince, in the 7 weeks. Look what he says, the Messiah shall be cut off. So Dave is saying the spawning of Christ, meaning that he came and then he left. Now the Antichrist, Daniel 9:26, Daniel 9:27, he shall confirm a covenant. Who's he? The Antichrist. And darkness fell upon the people. You know where that's actually at, guys? Let me show you. He's quoted another scripture. This is getting really disturbing, man. Are you ready? Are you with me? This is going to get disturbing. You guys read 2 Thessalonians, right? This is where you need to start really waking the fuck up. This wasn't just a song, guys, okay? This was him trying to put the gospel in there to warn people that you're being lied to. He cares about people because he likes seeing the faces. He likes seeing people in the crowd. There's nothing wrong with that. Nowhere in the Bible did Jesus say, oh, I'm not going to hang with sinners. No, he hung with sinners to tell them that led them to repentance. But I think Dave is trying to do this in his music in some sort of way. Look at what he says. This is where it really freaks me the hell out, okay, the most, because he goes and he says, "Darkness fell upon our people." I'm going to show you something really odd. You know, actually, God said that in Second Thessalonians through Paul, right? He said it right here, guys. Darkness fell upon our people after they. So here's what happens. The falling away can refer to what's happening right now, and then it can also refer to the rapture of the church taking away, like, I'm falling away, I'm disappearing, I'm leaving from here. So he says, and darkness came upon the people. So here's what's creepy about this. After the Antichrist comes onto the scene and the Jews get to see if darkness comes upon the people, listen to what it says right here. And for this cause, God shall send them a strong delusion that they will believe the lie, and that they might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. And the children are born faceless. That's what he just said. That they might be damned that they believe not the truth. They were literally blind, dude. Born faceless, do you know what that's referring to? Well, let's go again. Here we go. You ready for this? I really don't want to go any further. You guys want me to stop. It's going to get really, really ugly, dude. And you guys are going to hate me for this, but I'm sorry. It's the truth, and I have to tell you. You guys are asleep. You have no idea what's coming. And I'm sad because I don't know what to do, and I'm worried. Because Jesus isn't fucking around, man. He's looking for those who are actually calling, bro. If we're just going to sit here and do nothing, that's where everybody else went. They went to the nothing world. Get it? Sitting, doing nothing? What are you doing in the lake of fire? You're not going anywhere. You're just enjoying a nice hot bath burning over and over again. Look at the screams of hell in Siberia when they dug the tunnels deep down. You can hear that. Tell me that's fake. You're a fucking idiot. Satan wants our souls, bro. He wants them to hell. He does not give a shit about any of us, guys. I'm talking to all of you if you all watch this video. I hope that this video gets so many. And I hope people argue with me because I would like to just talk with people. That's all I want. Say this music, that it wasn't just music, it was predictive programming, guys, to what was going to happen in the prophetic times. Jeremiah 31, Isaiah 6, Isaiah 7, Isaiah 3. Okay, I will put babes in charge. It means babies, people who are immature, who act childish, who do stupid things, lie, deceive, and steal. Oh, it sounds like the Biden administration, doesn't it? Most of them aren't even human. Okay, so okay. Uh-huh. Not Revelation 13, but funny. I want you to pay attention to this part because it says the children were born faceless, right? They were stillborn, or some of them were mutated because they weren't even human, okay? But here's another reason I can tell you. Born in Satan is what I mean if they took the mark of the beast, because he says, without the mark you shall die, right? So Revelation 13, verse 18, okay? Revelation 9:11 says they will be punished. Satan, Abaddon, will come and open the keys to the bottomless pit. Look what it says right here. The fourth angel poured out his veil upon the sun, and power was given to scorch the men with fire. Here's where it gets disturbing, though, okay? that's not where I'm actually worried about. Okay, when you look at where he says they were born faceless, look at where it says right here. And they blasphemed God because of their pains and their sores and repented not of their deeds. So their tongues, it says, but here's why. I saw the three unclean spirits from the frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. These are demons, for they are spirits of devils working miracles that go forth. They were deceiving. It says in Matthew 24, um, yeah, Matthew 24, verse 16, I think it says there will be false Christs and false apostles. So look at it, says lightnings, earthquakes. It talks about that in Matthew 24, and the cities of Babylon would be destroyed. So, that was where the trumpet judgments. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, guys. It says that their tongues would rot out and their eyes would be missing. So that makes me think of what Dave said here in this post. Yeah. And the children they were born faceless, with eyes that could not see, born unto themselves, they lived and they died in the millennium of the blind. Okay, so then the other one I got is Endgame. Um, but then there's this one too. I actually thought I would show. It's called Bite the Hand. It says they ball a gagged Lady Justice and blindfolded her so that she can't see the erosions of the people's trust or what will come to be an FDIC assisted suicide, the depression of depression, worldwide suicide for the economy. We're right there, dude. Caused by diabetic chaos when the mob of Wall Street took the we the people for a ride. When it's a dog eat dog, you are what you eat, just like the dog that bites the hand that feeds, like the mad dog that bites the hand that feeds. They took everything and anything as long as it once belonged to me. The rats got all of the money. The roaches lick the cupboards clean of TV dinners and beer. It's so true. The never-ending nightmare of our dreams I'll never ever get to see. This is scary, guys, because this is talking about America falling and how they didn't get to see things, and the young generation missed out on things because they regretted. Look, he'll never ever get to see because it's things he regretted that he missed out on. It will set me free from all the life I have wasted trusting you, government. So he's like, when it's the mad dog, you are what you eat. So that song was interesting. Here's the other one. This one's called Endgames. It's creepy. Attention, attention, all citizens are ordered to report to their district detention centers. Sounds like a concentration camp. Do not return to your homes. Do not contact anyone. Sounds like 15-minute cities. Do not use any cellular or GPS devices. Surrender all your weapons at once. Yeah, that definitely sounds like what they're trying to do. Attention, this way to the camps. And he goes, I woke up in a black FEMA box. Darkness was all around me. In my coffin, my dreams are all nightmares anymore. And this is what I dream of every night. The leader of the New World Order, the President of the United States, at the time, it was Obama. Right now, it's still Obama, but Biden. Fair use. He declared anyone residing inside the US of A without the REIDF chip, you're just an illegal alien. It sounds about right. If you refuse it, they just look at you as an illegal alien. An enemy combatant of America, welcome to the New World Order. This is the end of the road. This is the end of the line. This is the end of the life. This is a society in a society. Inside the fence, life as we know it, it stops. They got their rules of conduct and we got ours. Be quick or be dead. You'll crumble up and die. The clock was ticking so slowly, so much can happen in an hour. I learned my lessons the hard way. Every scar I earned, I had to bleed. Inside the day yard, a system of controlled movement, like a giant ant farm. Any time is a long time. You're not in charge of your time anymore. Here's where it gets disturbing. The ex-president signed a U.S. bill that can lend an illegal U.S. citizen in jail. You know what that is, guys? That's the pandemic treaty that they're signing on May 1st. They want to lock us up and control us if we don't comply with their rules. Just like Canada, just like Australia, just like China. They're coming. Get ready. This is not a game. I'm not over-exaggerating. This is the most... You know when this was written? 2009, dude. That was literally 11 years ago. Maybe even 12. He says, in the pandemic treaty, they're trying to get rid of our constitutional rights. Check this out. Patriot Act stripped away our constitutional rights. They say concentration camps just popped up. Yeah, right. Hey, guys, people started seeing them in 2015. Apparently, Dave saw them before. They say the concentration camps, yeah, it's just normal. They're just opening in Walmart. It's no big deal. Oh, what about the dead bodies? Oh, that's no big deal. It's nothing. Just joking. And then he says, this is where it gets the worst, okay? This is where it's gonna get crazy. Refuse the chip. Ha ha, get persecuted and beat by the tyranny of mind control for the mark of the beast. All rights removed, you're punished, captured, and enslaved. Believe me when I say, this is the end game. Agenda 2030, guys. Watch out. Mic drop. Any questions? I would love some answers. Because that is an absolutely insane song. But it's true. and says that he comes to change the times and the laws, right? Who's the one who will punish you for refusing the mark? Well, you ready? And he shall speak pompous words against the Most High, great words. He shall swear, he shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change the times and the laws, and he shall be given into his hands until times and to have the dividing times. But the judgments shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion and consume and destroy it until the end. Guys, I don't know how to tell you this, but Daniel asks questions, and like I said, Revelation answers them. So you can choose to believe this or not believe it. It's your choice. I don't really care, but it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. We can't stop them. Do you guys understand the concept of Revelation 13? Let me show you. And I stood on the sand of the sea. And if you know the Bible really well, you would know that sea actually means land and sea means people. I stood on the sand of humanity. And I saw a beast rising up out of humanity with 7 heads and 10 horns, 7 authorities, 10 kingdoms. And upon the horns were crowns. And on the heads were names of blasphemy. They were anti-God. And the beast which I saw was like a leopard. This is Greece. And the feet of the bear, the mouth of a lion. So he speaks like the mouth of a lion, like the Lion of Judah, like Jesus, but he'll do the opposite. He'll be a bear, so he'll have control over Russia. He'll have control over Persia. He'll have control over basically all nations, because they all connect. They all serve him and worship him. But from what I'm understanding here is these let's see here. One, 2. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 here. Do you notice anything odd about that? We know the bear symbolizes Russia and Persia because they're coming together. Isn't that crazy, right? You got the cheetah that symbolizes all of Western Europe. If you read Daniel chapter 2, the Roman Empire had control over 2 western legs. There was 2 legs. East, I believe it was northern or western, but I can't remember. And it says he'll speak blasphemy against God and the Most High. It says the mouth of a lion. So the lion can symbolize Judah as well. Remember, he'll sit in Judah, where Jesus is supposed to sit. So he's going to act like God, claiming that he is God, but he's not. He's going to deceive. And these people, the Jews already have the maps, guys, drawn up for the temple plans. They have the ashes ready, the robes ready, everything. Time's running out. Anyways, I thought I'd leave off on that note, man. Let's, agree to do the rest of this video next time. Have a wonderful morning. Shalom.